recognize my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Good morning. Happy Thirsty Thursday. What is going on out there? Stocked up. I hope everyone's having a great one this morning. As always, the SPY is actually pushing very key resistance here in the short term. This range between 624 to 624.50 is crucial. Crucial. We've been watching this level all week long, even on, I believe, Sunday night's video. I talked about it from last week. Pretty big level. Monday morning, we confirmed off of it. Now, today and yesterday, we've confirmed off of it like 2 to 3 times. So, This is definitely going to be a big level for the SPY to break above today if the uptrend is to continue. If the uptrend starts to fail, we should see rejection happen here and really hold up as the lower high from this range. If we are breaking out today above 624.50, 624.60, we'll probably see a push towards that all-time high. You know, it's not that far away. It would literally be like $1 away. $1.40 away from that point. So, not overly crazy. Let's go. RC Autumn coming in second today. Juan, Hunter, Marcus, Robert, TJ, Tangi, Maddie G, Jake, Carl. Good morning, good morning. Here we go with the SPY. Down 0.02%. Gonna be looking at lots of stocks today. In pre-market, we did have a little bit of action going on here. Delta Airlines was one of the popular ones. Popped off with earnings. Looks like they are pulling back, though. MP was another good one. Sorry, I needed a drink. Advanced Money Developer. You're right. Popped off this morning. I didn't even notice AMD today. Nvidia did pretty good, didn't they? Yeah, Nvidia was doing pretty good too. But they have a big red candle going on at open. What the hell? AMD, though, 3.8%. I gotta say, that is quite the jump. Much better than Nvidia. Even though Nvidia was green at first. By quite a bit, actually. Advanced Money Developer. Love to see that. Money Developer, Money Dispenser. What are some other good words we can do? Maybe we could even change the first word, like advanced. Ah, no. It's too good that way. Tesla, 304.40. Tesla's actually trying to make a bit of a comeback here. Look at it bouncing off $300 at open. Using it as support again. Every day uses 300 as support, it seems like. Advanced Money Duplicator. Now that's a good one. I like Duplicator. Distributor. That's not bad either. I kind of like Duplicator, honestly. That's pretty good. Carl's going to win the AMD awards today. Jambro said, looking like all the pre-market gains are coming back so far. Yeah, for the most part, that's the case. Delta doing it too. Let's see what's on our watch list. UUUU is up 15% today. Energy Fuels. Whoa. UUUU. Quad Use. Gotta love it. What a nice one there. Energy Fuels. What a weird run there. Good morning, Outlaw. What do you use for your watch list out of curiosity? Jambro, I just find stocks that I like and I start throwing them on my personal watch list. And now I just use my personal watch list that I've made over the years with all my favorite stocks. Sometimes they get taken off. Sometimes they get added in. Just depends, but right now I'm just checking a few to make sure they're still on there. Every once in a while, some will get taken off and it makes me upset. Energy Fuels still going 19%. Wow. That is pretty insane right there. You going that crazy. I should probably just keep the book map of Delta open today, don't you think? Probably the smart way to go. Let's go look at MP again. MP Materials up 47%. Yeah, I'd be patient on MP. That is pretty wild, I would say. How is Intel doing? INTC? Not bad, not bad. Pretty good action this morning. Sorry, I had to get a drawing taken off. Yeah, Intel, just kind of slow here since open. Up and down, but not the best. MP consolidating pretty hard. I mean, it's on support. Wow. Yeah, like I'm sending in the discussion chat, it's up 47%. It is on support. Like, if you were going to be trying to dip buy it, this support's probably where you'd want to try. But I would rather have a consistent move over a wild move. If that makes sense. Go check Boeing here. Ticker symbol BA. The rare earth deal. That's why they're flying up, Tangy? Okay. That makes sense. I saw a few, like, you know, MP, I think, benefiting from that as well. I didn't even realize that they'd be benefiting from that, but that makes tons of sense, Tangy, man. Oh, don't even say it here, but that's okay. How about URA? Not terrible. What are some other good ones, Tangy, man? Jambro said the Pentagon now owns 20% of MP. Seriously? That's pretty wild. I didn't read into that deal much. Just looked at the headlines. Rare earth deal. Let's see. Under the deal, it's a 10-year agreement. Commitment of $110 per kilogram for MP Materials' neodymium something products. Holy, what a word. Neodymium praseodymium. What the? My gosh. Look at this word here. It's pretty crazy. All right. Purchased $400 million of preferred stock and a warrant permitting the DoD to purchase additional shares, making it the company's largest shareholder, the company said. Wow, that's pretty crazy. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs are to provide $1 billion in financing for building its second facility, too. Okay, okay. Out here making moves, MP. MP. They are trying to bounce here off that support on the 1-minute chart. Looks like it is holding up for now. You'd already be up like 5% if you'd bought the dip. That's another word for super strong magnets. Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. That's pretty neat. You guys both said that. SoFi just goes and goes, Maddie says. SOFI, 3.8%, up over $20 per share, well over it. After yesterday's close. Today hit 21 just now at open. Looking at the daily, it definitely looks beautiful here, doesn't it? Wow. And they're still not at all-time highs. SoFi, great opportunities over the past couple years to be buying in low. Starting to run into oblivion now. You're right, it just goes and goes. It's on fire. Wow, that's amazing. Amazing, amazing. What crazy moves. Anyone else bullish on Hood? Hood, are they coming back alive here? Okay. Coming back on the 1-minute chart. They were dipping down a little bit this morning, down to 95. $100 is going to be a huge target on Robinhood. Pretty much right at the all-time high. Has to be on the radar. It really does. You bought SoFi at $7.05. Turned out to be a good investment. Nice. $7. Very low on SoFi. Especially considering it's 21 right now. That is badass. What are you up on it? 200%? That's sick. Excuse me. Drinking on something different this morning. Good old Mountain Dew. Yep, good old Mountain Dew. I gotta love it. One of my favorites, of course. What do you think about Nvidia? It's being a tease. Let's see. Nvidia, what are you doing to us? Yeah, it broke out a little bit today. Got close to 165, though. I must say, I can already tell you what the book map's going to be like at 165. Just from following this one over the past few months. Yeah, look at how 165 is crucial. 849,000 shares there. Much larger than 168. Let's check if it's larger than 170 or not. It might not be larger than that, but... No, it's about the same. 165 and 170. Both very critical, though. Every, like, $5 level on Nvidia is huge. But I just know 165 from the past few weeks. Well, as we've been watching it go up anyways. I know that it's been a big target level on the book map anyways. That 160 breakout in the short term was pretty fire last week. As a bonus. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wu? Trying to come back a little today with NVIDIA. See if it can make a recovery or not. Don't love the setup now that it dipped back down under like 164, 164.50. Didn't love to see that happen, but... Read the above post. Man, they didn't even like show it. Mr. Wu. Bit of a longer term play, but it looks like NVO is setting up nice for a dip buy opportunity. Let's see, NVO, Novo Nordisk. I've been looking at them on the dip quite a bit. Those of you that follow the channel probably know I was actually eyeing this one up a lot down here. I do think it's at a really good price point for a longer term buy once again. Especially considering what they do with the drugs and everything of that nature. Got Oracle out here. Let's go check on Oracle. You know, they had earnings a little while ago. June 11th. Started exploding. Then they're still rising, but today they just look a little bit boring. Which is fine. Don't always have to look too crazy. VRT pulling back. Let's go back to Quad U's, Energy Fuels, which was up 15% earlier, like 20%. Still looks great. Looks great here. I wish I could see what it said, Mr. Wu. Gotta love YouTube. Jackie, what's up? Small Town Pyro, how we doing? Were you a pyro on the 4th of July? Thoughts on QS, QuantumScape. Like it. Let's see. Looking pretty good this morning. Let's eye up some support. Kind of stuck here. QuantumScape loves this $8.20 support, kind of like right where it bounced this morning. You might call it $8.25. Nonetheless, huge level here. Even the resistance in which it's like holding above here, like 840, is pretty solid. Man, as far as like a day trade goes today, what a crazy intraday move. Look at this crazy wedge playing out here. My gosh, this is like a crazy intraday wedge on the 1 minute. I was, LOL, spent way too much. Man, me too. I ended up spending like $1,000 or some shit on it. Not that it's that crazy, but... It felt crazy whenever you blow it off in 1 hour. Could have played blackjack for longer. Senior pick. CEO of SoFi gets $100 million if SoFi hits 45. Is this true? Jackie, next year, hit me up. I have a friend that promised me that he would take me to a wholesale place and get me super good deals. Hit me up next year. My friend was making fun of me for it. It was funny. CEO of SoFi, $100 million if it hits 45. I mean, I'm not sure. They might have some options or some stock or something like that that would make sense. It would make sense. You know, if they had those. There also might be like incentive. There could be like some incentives there. It's tough to say. Let me see 1 second here. On Oscar, or more downside soon. Oscar, what's that ticker there? Let's see. OSCR. Ooh, you're kind of looking at it on the dip here. Trying to dip by it. I see. And it doesn't seem terrible here. A lot of times whenever it has drawdowns similar to this, it comes back. You know, like we can clone this up and like drag this to like multiple scenarios where it lines up like perfectly almost. Again, right here is pretty close. It's getting a little bit more extended. I definitely see what you're looking at here at the possible dip buy. I mean, man, this seems to come back pretty well most of the time off of these dips. Sometimes it extends down a little bit more, though. It's right on the trend. Man, it's in a pretty good spot. I don't know much about Oscar Health, though, and I must say it triple topped here. Might be falling over a little bit more, but I mean, if you're trusting the trend line here, you can always stop out. So like if you bought in like right here, you know, if it falls down to like, let's say under 1350 or maybe under like, I don't know, 1430, somewhere under the trend line here. That's where you need to stop out, whereas you could target like way up here. It's really not a bad place to be buying. If you're looking to buy the dip, it's just there are scenarios where it will continue down, so, you know, look at it as like it's probably going to work out like what, like 60% of the time, maybe something like that. Again, that's a very just random rough estimate, but Maddie GG, know anything about the housing market? The housing market is dictated by rates a lot. If we go look at like the US 30Y, and we see how yields are just pretty high right now, around this 5% mark, definitely not good for like the housing market. Mortgage rates are continuing to stay high. Let me get those up for us really quick here. Let me get the fixed rate chart up from Fred, St. Louis Fred. All right, here we go. So these are like the mortgage rates, of course. It looks like they're fairly low, but whenever we compare them to 2020 and things of that nature, Obviously, it's not the case. Let's just go from like, you know, '05 to now. Mortgage rates being high has really hurt the housing market. The housing market was booming after COVID while those rates were really low. If rates start to drop, the housing market will start to boom again. All your real estate friends and everyone like that who says it's still booming, they must have forgotten what it was like. How far can DAL go? I made a little lunch money off of it, but I'm too nervous to hang on. Delta Airlines, let's see, DAL. How much more can it go? I know it dipped it open, coming back well. It has the potential to keep going, but I've seen these slow up a lot, Autumn. Yeah, damn near out of reach, yep. They really are. I actually have it up. Let me get it real quick. We talked about it last night. The affordability gap. This is the home affordability gap, if you guys have never seen this. What this gap showing is it pretty much shows that the income needed for annual home ownership costs to equal no more than 30% of the annual income, and that's based off the median housing price. So it's showing here that you need to make $122,000 in order to buy the median home price. Now, the median home price is $392,000. For where I live in St. Louis, Missouri, that's really not that high. Sorry. Yeah, it's really higher than it should be. Like where I live, I would say the median housing price is probably closer to like, I don't know, 330,000, something like that. But obviously, depending where you live, that number will change for sure. Yeah, here in Sacramento, it's probably closer to 500K. Exactly. Yep. That's why it just depends where you live. It's pretty crazy though, Autumn. A house by me that costs like $250,000 would cost like $500,000 probably where you live. Good morning, Jeanette. Good morning. Here goes Delta actually trying to continue. It's contending with huge resistance from the morning though here. And it sucks because like you don't want to move because like you have family and stuff, and it'd be a lot smarter for a lot of people to move away from there. But Joshua lost 500 at the open. Shaking his head. What were you playing, Joshua? QuantumScape broke its wedge up. There we go, Jackie. That was a pretty crazy wedge going on. Very strong here on the daily as it's trying to extend up and out. Jeanette could sell her one-bedroom apartment in Vancouver and buy a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house where her parents live. But they live in the middle of nowhere, yep. How is Vancouver, Jeanette? Do you like it there? You know, it'd be pretty cool to see Vancouver in the wintertime, I feel like. Maybe that's just me. Lots of dips. Played AMD, MU, TSM, and MP. AMD, MU, TSM, MP. Yeah, lots of dips on those. MP starting to show a red candle here. After trying to jump up a little bit. Almost looks like a little dead cat bounce. Not totally, but it held that little support here pretty well at 44. Crap, hang on. Those spreads on the VRT callout are insane. I have horrible luck with huge spreads. Let's go see VRT. Vertiv Holdings, VRT. Looking at the daily, VRT is turning over pretty hard here. 129, 129.50. Wow. That big money trade starting to look pretty fire there on VRT. Starting to look beautiful, actually. Yeah, the huge spreads. I feel what you mean, Jambro. It's tough to play them within the spread anyways. Always just try to play like a midpoint, you know? Nvidia is sad today, Autumn said. Yeah, it is a bit sad looking, isn't it? There are a few sad ones today. A little pullback city here. SPY's pulling back off of resistance. Slowly but surely here. Seems like it's starting to turn over a little bit. It'll be huge to come down to test 622. That'd be a good level to hit for the SPY. Here, I'll go back to VRT so you can see it here. Wish I saw that before this morning. Yeah. 120 puts was the big money trade there. Grabbed CLF calls last week. Cleveland Cliffs, CLF. Look at the daily chart. Nice jump there, $9.63. Jumping up to around $10. Cleveland Cliffs is starting to really make a comeback here. That's quite the move. Getting well up and out of the range. It broke above the previous range of $8. Now it broke above the $9 range and is getting towards $10. Looking fantastic. Gotta love that with CLF. Let's go back to Quad U's. $6.70. Dylan says SoFi. SoFi 21.30. Sitting around like $20.80 to $21.30 here. Pulled back pretty hard, trying to make an intraday comeback here. It got close to support from this morning. Now the reason why we know that this is support, look at how SoFi reacted right here. This area, you know, it shows some support. Same with right here. Watching SoFi as it tries to bounce. If it were to bounce, I would think here would be a good spot for it.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.
For a stock like GEV, realistically, how much more could it go up? I've gotten a position of some shares at 230, but don't want to get caught holding the bag forever. GEV. How much more could it go up? I know they did that branch off from GE a while ago. I mean, looking at some of these drawings to the upside, you know, like right now, it's at a point where, you know, it's pretty much at the same point in which it ran up this last time before slowing down. It did pop a little bit more after that slowdown, but generally then pulled back from there. I do believe that this stock is getting pretty overextended. They could go through a period of flatness or pullback sometime pretty soon. Now, it's hard to call the top, but I'm definitely thinking it's way closer to the top than it is, like, let's just say, the bottom, or, like, let's just say, it's closer to pulling back than it is, I would say, continuing a massive rally. It's definitely to one of those points in my book. Now, it looks like one that you could just pretty much solidly hold as long as you have shares of it. It looks pretty solid to continue holding, but then again, you know, if you were looking to sell here and then get in on another pullback, probably a pretty good time, if we're being honest. When did they add this, like, stats thing in? It's pretty neat. It shows you all the stats that are up here at the top on that box, which is pretty neat. I don't remember ever seeing that. CLF Breakout. Let's see. Oh, yeah, moving. 974 continuing to run. That is a fire run by CLF here. Let's see how Moderna's looking here. Moderna, mRNA. Slowing down a lot, sitting around 34. I don't love the way Moderna really looks today. Has major resistance at 34. Seems pretty tough. It moved a lot in pre-market, don't get me wrong, but it's slowing down now. Yeah, I don't like that lower high forming intraday. It's starting to reject pretty well. Anyone see VRT? Yeah, we were actually just looking at it. Sorry about that. I was answering a question for somebody. Yeah, VRT down 7.5% right here. Yeah, we were looking at this one just a minute ago. Daily's pretty nuts. We had the big money trade on it recently as well for puts, and it started turning over pretty well. Pretty awesome. Take Profit says, watch MP to bounce near 25. That would be quite the dip, but that'd be neat. 25. Do you guys know what's better than 24?
24.
Hey, Patrick.
What?
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
Classic scene there. Seriously, classic scene. CrowdStrike might be good dip buying opportunity, Mr. Wu said. CrowdStrike, CRWD down a lot. Fell under $500 today. On the daily, it seems like it could turn over a bit more in my eyes. Intraday, it looks like it could pop up from here, but yes. Advanced Money Dispenser. Advanced Money Duplicator. Coming back alive. Moving up towards 144.
Kids screaming in the
Pretty good comeback, I'd say, by AMD. Sonia said AMD calls. Might be a good time. It's starting to pump. Might try to even run up to 145 plus here. It's trying to really go.
Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I want to taste consumption. Get faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music to
How do I feel about Intel? Intel has been on fire recently. Looking at Intel today, it's definitely moving in a pretty flat way. It looks like a heartbeat monitor, if we're being honest. A lot of up and down, peaks and valleys going on here. Looking at 2390 at the upper end of the range. The lower end of the range is down around 2350. So it's pretty much just stuck between here. Looking at like the hourly, nothing crazy there. What about the daily? Daily still looks really good for Intel. We had a recent big money play on this one too. I think the daily looks great. Like it could start to extend, possibly, you know, it's not every time, but I could see it extending up and out of this range towards 26, 27, which would be great for these 24 strike calls that were recently called out, which are about to go in the money. They have lots of time too. Take profit says IBM fire, Intel boo. How dare you? IBM down 2%. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I guess it is hard to beat IBM, isn't it? It is pretty hard to beat them. Pretty solid daily chart by IBM, I must say. SYM to fly soon to 65, the consolidation higher. SYM. Symbiotic. Man, SYM looks like it is about to fly higher. Take profits at fly to 65. And then consolidate, then go higher even again. This is pretty insane. Symbiotic really is on fire. Looking at the jump right now, I would not be surprised if it continued. You know, this is a setup that's very bullish. It did slow down a little bit here, but like, let's be honest. It could very easily get up and out of this. I've seen it plenty of times on setups like this. For sure. GE gonna drive new Wi-Fi called Li-Fi with light bulbs. What? GE Aerospace sitting around 260, very high right now. Has been pretty flat recently, though, I'll say. Checking in on Boeing today, 5-minute chart. Kind of pulled back here. Nothing too insane, but it did pull back a little bit. Go back to Cleveland Cliffs, CLF. $9.74, still continuing to power higher today, up 10% plus now at this point. No real events today, Juan. Nothing like JP anyways. Maybe some stuff with Trump or something of that nature. See if I can find anything here. No public speaking events for today. It says Trump's going to attend the FIFA World Cup final tomorrow at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. I believe that is where the Mets play. That would make sense, being MetLife Stadium. ELF 115 going to 112 soon. Take Profit says 115 going to 112 soon. Looking for more of a dip. Yeah, 112 is pretty close. Does seem like it could dip down to there. It's a pretty weird setup with ELF. Has a crazy gap to fill here. I guess the big question is it going to get a true flush down into that gap range, or is it going to hold somewhere up here and not quite get into it? 112 does seem pretty attainable though here. This actually looks like a dead cat bounce. Starting to really extend down below it. It's pretty brutal there. The Mets playing Queens. Uh-oh. Oh, it's where the Jets play. Okay. Gotcha. What's up, Shane? Guess who's back? Had to take a break for a while. Missed the morning streams and making money, but I'm back better than ever. Let's go, Shane. Glad to hear that. Let's go. Keep getting it. Get back into the swing of things. Sometimes you need a break, you know? Hopefully if it was a bad break, hopefully, you know, you're learning some lessons out there. Wait for 112 bounce to 126. Then grab puts. Profit says Lenar to 120. LEN. It's currently at 117.25. LEN. Start trying to pop up on the daily. Let's see, 120. Not too far off, but just above crucial resistance here. That'd be nice to see 120 touch. Really not that far off again. I guess the main thing is how quick, right? Bank of America bouncing off lower support around 46.80 to 47. Starting to hold pretty well here. Nice comeback. Can you talk about Intel? For sure. INTC, looking at the daily, coming back very well. Love the setup on the daily. Whenever we zoom in today, it's getting pretty slow. There's a big range. I've been talking about Intel quite a bit this morning. The upper end of the range is at 24. The lower end of the range is at 23.50. It's pretty much stuck within this 50-cent zone. We can see it going back and forth between here today. I expect it to stay between here for a little while. Would not be surprised if today was just a consolidation day Maybe waiting for more better pops tomorrow or just this week in general. ABT to 140, 145, and beyond, take profit, said Abbott. ABT moving up to around 135. Let's go check out that daily chart. Bouncing a lot around like 130, 132. Abbott's been very flat up here. Kind of interesting. ABT 140, 145, and beyond. Looking at ABT, there is big resistance there at 140 for sure. That'd be good to get back there, but I gotta say, it's quite far off. Posted a lower high on the daily here. Doesn't mean the play is over, but wow, pretty insane to analyze this one. AAPL take profit said to 220. Now that one would be fun. I've been waiting for Apple to break this damn resistance. I've been sitting here watching this thing like a hawk. If you've been watching the nightly videos, I've talked about it probably 3 times over the past 2 weeks. Since I've gotten back from vacation anyways. Shane made money on Nvidia with the small pullback. Go check it out. Yeah, pulled back pretty well. Nice. I'm assuming you mean this one. Be careful, it's getting down there. Small Town Pyro said QS continued very nicely. It did. Let's go, Jackie. Did you trade this one? QS. Formed that wedge there on the 1 minute. Got right through. That ended up being fantastic. Maddie G said VRT still getting slammed. GRRRR take profit. 15%. Wow. Gorilla Technology fell off a lot. Looking at them on the daily, I know they've had some wild runs in the past. Looked like they tried to get some runs going again recently. There was some good momentum starting, but today it definitely turned over hard on a day where I think a lot of people were probably looking at it to shoot up again following yesterday's candle. Pretty massive pullback today too, actually breaking under yesterday's low, which is unusually rough. Remember, if you guys are not in the Discord, make sure to join up. Throwing a link out here in the chat right now. Join it up. Share it around with friends even. Get that word of mouth going. But yeah, if you're not in the Discord and you're watching this live stream, definitely get in there. It's free, of course. Check out the discussion channel. Whenever you join, make sure you Click the green check mark in the verification channel, though. Read through the rules and stuff. YMP left me. Uh-oh. Game over, Take Profit said. Gonna be testing 44 again, probably. Pretty rough. What are your thoughts on PLTR, especially with their PE ratio over 600? I know, right? It's pretty insane to look at. If you're looking at like shorter term swings or even like investments where like, let's just say you're going to be looking to hold just for a short period of time, I don't think it's terrible. I do think it's a little scary to like buy Palantir at 140 and truly say that this is like a good time for the long term. Can it keep going? I mean, 100%. I've seen it happen before, but oh man, I don't know. It's getting pretty nuts with the PE ratio. I'm being honest. It's tough. Like you wouldn't catch me buying it at 140. Now that doesn't mean that it can't keep going, you know. It'll probably go to 300 and you'd look back and be like, Tom, you wouldn't buy at 140. What the hell, you know? But, you know, it whenever you were getting in at 30 and 40 in the past, I mean, 140 seems pretty steep. But, yeah, it's tough, Matty G. You take a look at UNH. It keeps falling under 300 and recovering. Hope all is well. UNH keeps falling under 300. Oh, I see. It's like bouncing almost off of 300. I see what you mean, though. It gets just under and then pops back. Let's look at it on the hourly zoomed out. Yeah. Yeah, pretty spot on, honestly. Bounced up to 302.20 here. Pretty good bounce. I hear you, Tom, on Palantir at 60. I was thinking I better wait. PLTR. 141, moving down now. Yeah, it's tough, Rick. It's always time to wait, you know? That's the... Warren Buffett really said it, I would say, with one of the best ways. Yeah, I think Warren Buffett said it one of the better ways out there, for sure. RGEN would look awesome for puts. Is that Regeneron? Okay. What the hell is Regeneron? I can't remember that one. RGEN coming back 2.97%. Said it looks good for, would look awesome for puts. RGEN was beast mode. Holy, this one looks like it's coming back out of the depths of hell. It looks like it's actually bouncing off support in like a really good way. Maybe something's like wrong with the business or something here, but my gosh, it seems to be coming back to the upside in a pretty awesome way. Wow. This looks like one of those types of plays like where you could buy in here, stop out pretty quickly, and target like the upper end of the range and come out pretty solid. I don't know. Interesting one here, Profit. Apple moving again. There we go. 213 coming up. They said good call for Profit, of course. Warren Buffett's probably enjoying some chicken nuggets today if the market stays this course. Yeah. Chicken nuggets, and today he'll even get extra sauce. That's hilarious. You guys always talk about food and make me hungry for random stuff in the morning. I know, Autumn, it's bad, isn't it? I know. Trust me, I'm out here thinking the same thing. Michael said AMD right now. New high of the day, 145 has broken on advanced money duplicator. There we go. That is a nice pop going on there. Very nice. That's what we want to see. Start loading up on shares of Baba, everybody. Uh-oh, be careful, Take Profit. It would be awesome if Baba started ripping off this dip, though. Can't lie. I've actually been looking at them on the dip as well. But I've been being just very, very patient here. Very, very patient. I'm definitely going to be grabbing some McDonald's today myself, though. I don't know about Warren Buffett, but today is definitely like a McDonald's or something type of day. 100%. You know what I'm going for today is the new snack wraps. You heard me right. The snack wraps are back. Hopefully they're at your location, wherever McDonald's you have. Yeah, I swear to God, the snack wraps are coming back, and they should be fully back right now. And holy shit, you know what else is back? Is the SPY. Oh my God, breaking through the high of yesterday. 624.50, 624.70. Giving out here on the SPY. The SPY is ripping back up. Ended up getting through resistance today after rejecting 3 or 4 times since closing yesterday. Very nice comeback right to the top of our box here. Top of the range, but it did technically break through by a little bit. Tesla, hate to see it up now. Take profit said. Up 3%, holding pretty well. I like how it broke 300 today. Yeah, it might end up ripping through here. Let's see. Kind of sitting on a trend. Intraday trend on Tessie. Wow, we're getting some action here. Looking pretty good.
Stopping us, fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar, wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star.
Haha, Siri. TLT's bouncing. Ooh, that means that we're seeing yields move a little bit. TLT's bouncing a little bit intraday, I guess we'll say. When I think of TLT, I mainly just look at the daily chart. I don't really look at it intraday too much, but it is starting to bounce a little bit. Justin wants to see Bookmap on the SPY. Let's see. Hang on, somebody wants a Netflix Bookmap. All right, here's the SPY. SPY's pretty wild on Bookmap. There are some sellers at 625. They just keep popping in and out, though, here. Right at the current price. This song's always funny to me. I don't know why. When and if we get $90 area, short the crap out of TLT, take profit set. If we get to 90, short it. I kind of hope bond yields start dying and TLT pops, but that's just me. I'm hopeful for that. That doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Jake, STZ, Constellation. Wow, Constellation coming back pretty well. They popped with earnings a couple weeks ago. You know what, Jake? This looks like a pretty good play for a possible breakout over the next few trading days. This looks awesome. STZ, I could see it breaking well out above here. Go back to my watch list. What is leading the way today? AAL, DAL. Wow, AAL is up to $13. Look at the 5-minute chart here. It's been straight up from open. DAL hasn't even been that good. It's kind of funny. Back with the protein shake. Let's go, Xavier. Ever since my vacation, I've been bad with the protein shakes. Don't worry, though. We'll be back into it. Be back into it soon. That sickness had me really messed up last week. I, didn't eat for, 3 days in a row. This next week coming up, I'm gonna meal prep up some ground beef. I need some good ground beef recipes out there. LUV Airlines up all day. Let's see. Wow, Southwest killing it. I guess since DAL was already up 13%, they're not really getting the great continuation, but they're pretty solid, I gotta say. Had a great day, Tom. Or have a great day. Thanks for the stream, for sure, Maddie. Thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your day as well. Hope to see you tomorrow on Friday. Gonna be a crazy day tomorrow. Tomorrow is 7-Eleven, by the way, so make sure you stop and get your free slushies at the gas station. Oh, shit. I was gonna make a joke, but I can't anymore. I'll let your mind wonder about 7-Eleven. STZ, waiting for more at 155. Let's see, STZ. 175 coming up. This is a big resistance for STZ. Man. But you said waiting for more at 155. SMH, all them beer drinkers they deported. What is Constellation's biggest beer that they make? What is it? Is it like a Coors or something like that? Or I can't remember. AMD 145 acting as support. Oh, Modelo. Okay. Gotcha. So explain this to me. If they own Modelo, doesn't Anheuser-Busch own Modelo? AB InBev owns Grupo Modelo globally. In the United States, the rights to import, market, and sell Modelo brands, including Corona, are owned by Constellation Brands. This was the result of a settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice to address antitrust concerns related to AB InBev's acquisition of Grupo Modelo. So they're allowed to... They own Grupo Modelo globally, but in the U.S., Constellation Brands has the right to sell and import them and market Modelo. Interesting. Very strange. You need some veggies and fruit for your immune system. Ha! You know what's kind of funny? That's actually my favorite thing to eat, Autumn, is vegetables and fruit. It's just the other stuff that's hard for me to eat. Asian or Korean style ground beef bowls. That's usually what I do. I just chop up a whole bunch of vegetables and then just add in ground beef. I almost like stir fry it, I guess, Autumn. I guess that's kind of what you'd say. I've seen people even say like Korean like bimbap or something or something. That's kind of how it looks, like Korean bimbap bowls or something. Oh no, that's something with rice. Either way, it kind of is the same point. Yeah, that's awesome. Jasmine rice, okay. Add rice, okay. I'll do jasmine because the last time I did some like enriched rice and it tasted like crap. If I was being honest. I think I'll stick with jasmine. My sister told me to do jasmine too. Man, Palantir 145. Major resistance there. Try Ryko or Rico brand rice. It's a green bag, will do. Take profits at tech will pop. Nvidia's trying to make a little comeback here today. How's Apple looking? Apple's actually starting to dip down a little bit, which is okay. Had a pretty good morning. Overall, I'd say. Very good morning. All right. I got a challenge for you guys tonight. I want to see a live stream challenge tonight, okay? On the nightly video tonight, if you're watching the stream and you can hear it, on the nightly video tonight, hop on the comments and just give us some type of positive energy. Maybe talk about some gains that you had. Maybe talk about the great week. Maybe talk about what you think's coming up. Maybe shout out the live stream. Something of that nature. Hop on tonight's video and do that. Let's see. Give us a little boost here tonight. Haha, yeah. Autumn, hop on. Talk about your dinner. I don't care. That's awesome. I'd love to read about that. But I'll be reading these and replying, so hop on there tonight. I want to see some good ones. Maybe even make some jokes. Make some stock market related jokes. We'll talk about some of the best ones tomorrow morning on the live stream. We'll come back and visit the comment section and see what you guys came up with. Yeah, Xavier, hit that like if you're here for sure. 27 likes right now, almost 30. Pretty good for not begging this morning. Begging does help, I learned. I'm going to be going toy shopping on Amazon here later today. You know, like after the market closes, after we record tonight's video. July 17, watch out calls. What's up with July 17th? The pullback that's coming just after the 17th. Justin D said, you have to wonder where this bid for the market's coming from. The SPY he's talking about hitting 625. I mean, there's been a lot of positivity lately, but I'm kind of with you. Like, what is really driving this? You know, we can go look at Mag 7, of course. I mean, there's always that argument, but I don't know. Just seems like some crazy price action, if we're being honest. Hey. How dare them pop up saying they're blocking my ads. I'll show them. Spy's stuck here, though. It's not really like getting an explosive run, I would say. Like looking at the 1 minute chart, after that first initial candle, it's just been a lot of choppy candles, if I had to be honest. Nothing that's that insane. Take profit. Unemployment in the morning, retail sales plus the Philly Fed. Let's go check it out. I have it pulled up, I believe. Let's see. Economic calendar. Let's look at this whole month. Put it on 2 stars. July 15th, we get the inflation data as well. I see what you're saying. I like July 15th. We're going to get the inflation data. That'll be pretty big. Looks like they're expecting that core inflation rate year over year to jump slightly, which isn't too bad. If it ends up jumping more than expected, that's going to be pretty rough. This is going to be coming up this upcoming Tuesday, actually. So, like, literally 5 days from today. Let's not hold our breath, take profit. Watch for large lots, dark pools, and icebergs, Justin D said. Is it struggling like I struggle on the pull-up bar? Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad for that profit. TXNP with some fire. I'm not seeing this one. TNXP maybe? Oh, TNXP, I see. The daily's pretty good. Pretty scary looking stock overall. Likes to pump and dump, but whenever it trends pretty well. Starting to dip a little today. Not my favorite thing to see. Bank of America 47.20. Resistance overhead here. Not bad, not bad. Bank of America. Gotta love it, Banks. Poet take profit said. POET. 14% on Poet. Kind of flat from open. Gonna be watching for it to break 740. Looks like it could potentially try. It's kind of flat and trying to get a run going. I like the setup overall. Go check out Tessie, which is holding its ground pretty well. Tesla. Look at it moving on this trend line. Pretty great hold there, I'd say. Bollinger Bands inside the Keltner channel. Sorry, I couldn't read it from far away. SPY building pressure. Take Profit says hold forever. The Keltner channel. It's been Keltner. It's been a long time since I've heard that, Justin. Surprised you brought that up here today on the stream. Might be literal years since someone's brought up a Keltner channel to me. Elton's been scalping Sky for 5 days now, been making decent profits, but I noticed I always miss big gains because I close my position early. When do you know when to hold your position? A lot of it comes down to skill and looking at the markets. You know, you're going to have some skill identifying price action, identifying reversals. So like looking at, let's say, reversal setups, things of that nature would maybe be something that I look into in the short term. I would say looking forwards from this point, scaling out is a pretty smart thing to look at. You know, if you have 2 or 3 contracts, it's never bad to like let one go. So like you'll sell one and then you'll let the other one run and let it continue to gain in value, let's say. And even if it does start to lose, your gains from the one that you profited on should give you some wiggle room on the one that you're still in. So usually ends up fairly well. They said I only do SPY 0 DTE scalps. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing 0 DTEs, you're always gonna see scenarios where you think that you sold too early. Almost always. Because 0 DTEs are so volatile that I would say you're gonna feel like that on 60% of your plays, even if you're playing them perfect. Even if you're playing things great, you would still think that probably on 60% or more of your plays. It's impossible to time up the top. The big thing is just being right the majority of the time, and your winners outweighing your losers is really it. If your win rate's over 50% and your winners are bigger than your losers, you should not be losing. Should not happen. It's simple statistics. Yeah, taking quicker profits on 0 DTEs is really not terrible. I wouldn't try to hold those too long. I think you'll end up getting burned more than not. QQQ running up, trying to recover a little bit here. Not my favorite setup for a full-blown recovery, if I'm being honest. It looks nothing like the SPY, which is extending well up and out. Man, the travel sector today with Delta just popping things off. Pretty fire. Southwest Airlines there, LUV up 7%. That is amazing there. Word, my one option rule is no 1 week options. First week is a trap. Ellen said, I've been on a crazy run recently. I think I should take a break and reflect, but I made 30K these past 5 days. Holy shit, there you go. Elton, that's really good. Yeah, that's fantastic gains there. Just make sure you're not giving it all back. I would definitely take a little bit of time to reflect. I've actually witnessed multiple people do what you're doing, trade like 0 DTEs or something of that nature, make like 25 or 30K, and I'm not kidding, I've witnessed people give it all back multiple times. Like, I don't even have enough fingers to count the amount of times I've heard this, Elton, so please take it and reflect. Please, I've seen so many people give it back. At least take some of that and start a really nice long-term port or something. But I've witnessed it so many times, and I know what you mean. I know how you feel. Bank of America, right around that high of the day. It's triple topping right here, but it's trying to get through. Come on, BAC, let's get it done. Checking out Tesla, trying to bounce a little bit around 304. 304.10. GNS is back up, what? A little bit. 15% on the day. If it could get back to that high of this morning now, it'd be pretty nice. It's holding support well. It might try. It does seem like it's trying to come back. It's funny. You again. Okay, making a bit of a comeback. Energy Fuels. 16% today. Gotta love that action. Love the way it's running there. CLF dipped a little bit. Could maybe be a dip buying opportunity here. I'm sure some people are looking for that. Be wary as it's getting close to $10. All right. We're probably going to call the stream here. I appreciate everybody joining up today. I felt like we had a fun one today. Remember the challenge for tonight's nightly video. Seriously, if you're on here, give me a comment tonight. Hop on the nightly video on the Stocked Up main YouTube channel. Tonight's video, whenever it releases, give us some comments. Get a little help going. All right. Appreciate you guys. Have a great one. Talk to you later. I like that, Jake. Get your Prime Day buying done and push the stock up.